Hello there and welcome to the third quarter final in this particular National Panasonic competition from the Chris Cunningham field in Tweed Heads between Canterbury, Bankstown and Eastern Suburbs. And away they go. Andrew Farrar drives it deep from the kickoff. It's going to be fielded by Gary Work just around about his quarter line. And no completion of the tackle there by Stephen Folkes. After Gilmeister onto Mackay there, and he does a bit of a pirouette and gets to the quarter line. Chalice runs from dummy half, gets a high towering kick. No Canterbury Bankstown winger at home there. Tony Curry had advanced up the sideline. Andrew Farrar's back there now. He's trying to run it out, and he's tackled 10 metres beyond the quarter line. Chris Mortimer onto Tony Curry. Oh, and a good tackle there. Takes his legs away from underneath him. That was Gilmeister. Peter Tunk comes away with a strong burst. Just testing each other out at the moment. There's the first penalty of the match. Starting the crowd barking. That's in, out to Terry Lamb. Lamb's taken by Brendan Hall and driven backwards. McGahn comes over the top. Lost a bit of ground on that one. Potter, out to Andrew Farrar. Steps, comes back on the inside. About a metre from the halfway line. Bugden onto Tunks. Tunks grinding away up the blind side. Bugden, here's Mortimer's kick. It will be a useful kick. It's driven them back. He's got very little room to move there. Chalice hit hard and driven towards the sideline, but not over. Gary Worth makes a 7 or 8 metre gain up the open side of the ruck. Chuella, Batiste. Chuella, Spina, Shepherd. Oh, that was 6 to go. It's been touched in flight out to Prome. Prome gets a pass away to Mackay. Mackay gets it out there to Morris, and Morris is up the sideline. Steve Mortimer's there. He avoids Steve Mortimer. Is tackled by him there. And the pass gets knocked over the sideline.
Excellent run by Steve Morris. He wrong-footed Stevie Mortimer, but to Mortimer's credit, he grabbed him by the ankles, and Chris Mortimer, who covered inside, knocking the ball in touch, and Canterbury with that sweeping defence of their back line getting caught out wide on that occasion.
Scrum going down as it was knocked over the sideline. It's an Eastern Suburbs feed. Brendan Hall gets it away to Gary Prome, stands his ground and turns his back. Hall, Worth, McGahn, about 5 metres into the half. Worth running the blind side. He's made a good inroad there. Chuella onto Batiste. Batiste gets a pass away to Chuella again. Gilmeister, and there's the penalty, offside, right in front. Well, the crowd are setting up a roar here. Steve Mortimer, 5 minutes in the sin bin for upending an Eastern Suburbs player there. Watch it again.
Laurie Speen is the man in question, racing for maybe a quick tap. Mortimer says, no, you don't. And that's one way to let your opposite number you're about. But on this occasion, Steve Mortimer the loser, 5 minutes in the sin bin.
Moves in. And strikes it well. So Eastern Suburbs 2, Canterbury 0. And that's locked in there, and now it comes out. Out to Langmack. Driven sideways in the tackle. Brendan Hall was the man. Michael Potter running well. Stephen Folkes trying to make an inroad. Well, indeed he does. About a 7 metre gain there. Donnelly. Batiste there to stop his progress. About half a minute to go, and there's a penalty almost on cue. The referee has given Canterbury Bankstown the opportunity to draw level at quarter time with a penalty awarded for inside the 5. And I think Steve Mortimer's back on the field right now. There's the Hootagon in the background. Right, he's steady now. Head down. And strikes it so at quarter time. Canterbury Bankstown 2, Eastern Suburbs 2. To Bugden. Lamb gets a kick downfield. Worth takes it beautifully inside his quarter, gives it to Chalice. Chalice is going to take him on. There's a lovely tackle right round the boots by Kelly, puts him down about 4 metres outside his quarter. Out to Laurie Spina. Spina through the middle, going well, gets a good break on there. And it turned out to be a pretty useful sprint, that one, from Laurie Spina. Slippery Morris running from dummy half now. He's gone right through the gap. Looked for support on the inside. There was support there. He's still going. Failed to get a pass away. Only he's the judge of whether he can. Onto Mackay. That was 2 great opportunities there for Eastern Suburbs to get their power going. Oh, McGann's passed it and the ball stopped dead in the ground. Didn't move, didn't bounce, didn't do anything. Just went plop like a pancake. Truella, Spina, kicks downfield. It'll go to Peter Mortimer. Feels it just inside the quarter.
Eastern Suburbs growing somewhat in confidence. They've found the easy tactic in the conditions such as these. Dummy half running, the danger men for Canterbury, Laurie Spina and Steve Morris. And for Canterbury Bankstown, when they start to set themselves in an attacking position, this man going to the dummy half now is the danger for Eastern Suburbs, Steve Mortimer. Canterbury seem to come alive when he goes to the dummy half role.
Tunks now about 3 metres short of the quarter line. There's the long pass back to Farah, and there's Eastern Suburbs caught offside. Bugden, Steve Mortimer, Donnelly. Oh, beautiful tackle right round the boots, drove him sideways. Gilmeister was the man. That was the site of a perfectly delivered low tackle. Bugden away to Lamb, going for the drop, and it's unsuccessful. Failed to get above 6 feet in height and went underneath the crossbar. Last tackle coming up. The wingers have not dropped back. Well, there's a kick that's been taken with ease by Worth. Worth gets a kick downfield. Goes to Potter on the first bounce. And Potter is wrapped up his own side of the halfway line. Kicking on the first tackle. Eastern Suburbs, Tony Curry. Ran into all sorts of trouble there. Bugden. Donnelly, one of the young lions in the Canterbury club. Bugden. Stephen Tunks trying a prop right on the halfway line. Lamb, the run around, the pass is out to Mortimer. Mortimer gets a pass back on the inside to Andrew Farah. Farah's going strongly, looking for support, gets a pass away to Lamb, and Lamb's in for a try.
Virtually coming out of nothing for Canterbury Bankstown, picking up a short blind side. The Bulldogs start to celebrate. Terry Lamb, the man again, picking up another try on the National Panasonic replay. Out it goes wide from Canterbury Bankstown. Great long ball from Terry Lamb. Found Chalice in no man's land. Andrew Farah was the man back on the inside. Now he had 2 options here. McPotter had too much pace inside for Danny Shepherd. That was the possibility under the post. Lamb was there. Gary Worth caught off guard as well. Chalice tried to make up for his earlier mistake, but he arrived too late to stop Terry Lamb, and the man regarded as probably the best support player in the game of rugby league. Andrew Farah positioning the man well here. Inside goes the ball, and Terry Lamb always on the spot. And another try yet again for the little 5'8".
Okay, so Canterbury Bankstown now lead by 6 points to Eastern Suburbs 2. Terry Lamb's going to do his best to make it 8-2. And the rain is really coming down, going to make it very, very difficult as this match gets further advanced. Lamb to kick. No, that's gone away to the left, so the score remains as it was. Canterbury 6, Eastern Suburbs 2. Batiste running sideways there, not getting anywhere. Truella's at dummy half. Danny Shepherd back to Truella. Truella on to Gilmeister. Gilmeister goes straight. On to Spina. Spina sighted a hole in the ruck and he gets through it and it's gone to McGann. McGann's going to score. McGann's in for a try underneath the posts. A beautifully worked move, and McGann showed surprising pace to outdistance the defenders there and score.
On the National Panasonic replay, a magnificently worked move back into the centre of the ruck. Spina has been finding plenty of gaps up the middle. Canterbury, that's where their strength is in the forwards, but not tonight. Spina again finding a runner, this time the skipper Hugh McGann, and he had too much pace for the Canterbury cover defence. Brilliantly brought back to the middle of the ruck by Laurie Spina. The Canterbury defence tried to get in between he and McGann, but he took it right to the fullback, Michael Potter. McGann had one look and said, nobody's going to catch me. I'm all set to level these scorelines just prior to the break. 6 apiece.
And the try was scored in injury time in the second quarter. There is the hooter. And the kick and goal from French will be probably able to unlock this score of 6-all. I said probably. Moves in, strikes it, it's successful. So at half-time, Eastern Suburbs have got in front of Canterbury Bankstown by 8 points to 6. He's tackled there, only about 18 metres out from the Eastern Suburbs line. On the blind side they go to Andrew Farah. Farah bores on the strength and power up the blind side. Can't make an inroad there. On to Stephen Folkes, puts the head down and burrows for the line. Now Steve Mortimer, this is a perfect position for him. Well, he's still there with it, but he's run sideways and been taken out of it. Brad Tessman hanging over the top of him. There's a little grubber kick being put through there, and it's Tony Curry who scores, but he's been ruled offside. Tony Curry. And now we've got an Eastern Suburbs player down in back play. Well, they're starting to get a little bit restless here. Bugden and Truella having a bit of a snipe at each other there. Langmack's doing his best to pull Bugden out of it. And they're having a verbal argument now. Well, the referee's going to have the pair of them for 10 minutes each. Bugden and Truella, 10 minutes in the sin bin.
And quite interestingly, Hugh McGann, the Eastern Suburbs skipper, pulled Truella back to ensure that they didn't go off together and that there be no repeat of any clash with both players, although Bugden waiting for his opposite number now. Truella, and plenty to be said here.
There's Andrew Farah still going, still powering forward, gets it away to Potter. Potter's going nicely, gets to within about 8 metres of the goal line. Steve Mortimer, long cutout pass to Terry Lamb, out to Langmack. That pass looked forward, yes indeed it was, and it's been ruled that way. Looked a couple of metres forward.
And as Peter Kelly went off replacement, well and truly his mind on the game about the image of rugby league up here in North, and signing, not agreeing with the referee's decision on that forward pass, but doing the right thing for all the kids here at the Seagulls ground tonight in signing autographs.
Okay, the penalty goes to Canterbury Bankstown. Andrew Farah to take the kick. And there's a good-looking kick. That takes play back to within 10 metres of the Eastern Suburbs quarter line. About 12 minutes of the second half, the third quarter gone. Tunks steams forward. Langmack at dummy half. Steve Mortimer. Donnelly. Andrew Farah releases himself from the defence, gets a long cutout pass out to Peter Mortimer. Mortimer props, comes back on the inside. He's taken away by Chalice. Mortimer. Donnelly runs into a hornet's nest there. Two defenders there to meet him. Steve Mortimer. Out to Lamb. Well, Farah had the opportunity there to get the pass away. Took the tackle. There's the grubber kick. They'll let that go. It should go over the dead ball line.
No, it's a try to Peter Mortimer.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The ball has gone across the goal line, into the in-goal area. It's been ignored by an Eastern Suburbs player. Watch it again.
The National Panasonic replay, a cross kick from Peter Tunks. The ball started to spin and come back into play. Everybody had given up on this. Wayne Chalice tried to kick at it. Peter Mortimer was the man that didn't give up. Dived over. A few moments ago, he had a try disallowed from a forward pass. But on this occasion, as Chalice kicked out, very reminiscent of only some time back at Henson Park when Glenn Frendo, in a similar situation, managed to kick at the ball in the in-goal area. On that occasion, Eastern Suburbs were the ones to come up with it. Paul Langmack switches to the blind to Tunks, the man who's coming up with somewhat of a surprise kicking game tonight. Chalice, a major mistake, and Peter Mortimer right on the spot.
Well, I have a different view of that. Having watched it 3 times, I believe the ball touched the line. He's about 9 metres in from the sideline. 10 points to 8. Strikes it, and it's unsuccessful. So the score remains Canterbury 10, Eastern Suburbs 8. Yes, David, you've got something for us?
Yes, Rex, I've just been watching Steve Mortimer. He didn't seem to have too much trouble getting the air out of his lungs then to chat with referee Graham Hughes. But I have been noticing that he's really been sucking the air in. As we all know, Steve does suffer from asthma. And these conditions out here tonight are probably the worst that he could be experiencing. But I would say that it's so important for Canterbury Bankstown that the little general stays out there to protect this 2-point lead.
Yes, well, I couldn't agree more. He's one of the best players in the side. Laurie Spina goes straight. Swung round in a tackle there by Donnelly. Out to McGahn. McGahn slings the pass to Melrose. Melrose is overrun by Slippery Morris. By David Smith, actually it was. Out to Morris now. Went down on one knee. He's tackled but not put down. Jarvis is the man. There's an overlap wide if they can use it. They can to Laurie Spina. Spina's got support on the outside. Gets a pass away to Wayne Chalice. Chalice goes through the line and goes round and scores! Well, there was a lapse there in the Canterbury defence out wide, and Eastern Suburbs have taken toll with a good 3-quarter line movement. See it again.
Excellently called out wide by Eastern Suburbs. Great long ball from Tony Melrose. He was there looking to kick. The call came from his skipper, Hugh McGahn, out wide. Laurie Spina, who's been one of these best performers all night, found the gap. Peter Mortimer had dropped back for the kick. Michael Potter was caught on the inside off balance. Terry Lamb tried to get there, but Wayne Chalice finished it off well. It was well read as Steve Morris went to get up to play the ball on the 6th tackle. All the Canterbury defence had dropped back for the kick, trying to protect their quarter line. Melrose very quickly found the ball out wide with a long ball. McGahn caught out Andrew Farrer, who maybe just hesitated, could have been the man to cut off the movement. Spina, a beautiful ball to Chalice. He had plenty of room to move in. He had the defence on the wrong foot, and an excellent finish.
David Smith. Strikes it. It's unsuccessful. So the score remains Canterbury 10, Eastern Suburbs 12. Okay, let's see how they go now. David French got a long kick away. It's gone back to the halfway, taken by Potter. Andrew Farrer has it now. He's tackled midway between the quarter and the halfway. Eastern Suburbs end. Pat Jarvis on the charge. And there's the hooter. The referee has heard it. And that's the end of the section for Canterbury in this competition. Eastern Suburbs have come up with a sound win, and the scorers for them have been McGahn and Chalice a try, Smith a couple of goals, Lamb and Mortimer tries for Canterbury, and Lamb a goal. 12 points to 10. Eastern Suburbs have defeated Canterbury Bankstown in the 3rd quarter final here at